Untimely deaths in the animal kingdom is not due to lack of hospitals, and the presence of hospitals amongst humans does not prevent untimely deaths. You're welcome to chapter 16 of the Holy Quran. As usual, we shall read the introduction first. Introduction to Surat An-Nahl 16. Introduction to Surat An-Nahl 16. Let me show you. Sorry, my Quran is going to pieces, so I have to hold the pieces well. I have to hold them well. Uh, Chronologically, this surah, like the six which preceded it, belongs to the late Makkah period, except perhaps verse 110 and some of the verses that follow, full stop. But the chronology has no significance, full stop. In subject matter, that's hyphenated. Subject matter is hyphenated. In subject matter, it sums up, comma, from a new point of view, the argument on the great questions of God's dealings with man, full stop. His self-revelation to man and how the messengers and the message are, are writ large, and how the messengers and the message are writ large in every phase of God's creation and the life of man. Writ is spelled W-R-I-T, the phase in the life of man. The new point of view is that nature points to nature's God. Paragraph. Summary. Everything in creation proclaims the glory of God. Full stop. To man is given dominion over nature, comma, that man may recognize God's unity and God's truth. Chapter 16, Psalm 1 to 25. Chapter 16, Psalm 1 to 25. We'll get there soon after this introduction. Paragraph. Man should never lose sight of his goal, which is the good, or dispute with the great teachers who are sent to all peoples to bring about unity. Semicolon. All creatures serve God. 16:26 to 50. We shall get there. Paragraph. God's favors and man's ingratitude recounted, full stop. His signs in the rain-bearing clouds. God's signs in the rain-bearing clouds. The cattle that give milk. The bee that produces honey. The wonderful relations of family and social life, and the refinements and comforts of civilization. 1651 to 83. Well, we've already read it. It's made a summary for us already. So when we get there, we will not find it very hard to analyze. Okay. Paragraph. The messengers of truth will bear witness against those who reject the truth. Full stop. God will judge us according to our faith and deeds. Chapter 16, 84 to 100. Paragraph. The Quran is true, semicolon. It guides and gives glad tidings. Full stop. Believe and make the most of life in all things good and lawful. Full stop. Follow the example of Abraham, semicolon. Be true in faith and righteous and do good. 16:101 to 1 28. We now go to the science proper. Annihilate, or the bee. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful. Uh, Ata amarillahi, fala tastahjiluhu. Ata amarillahi, fala tastahjiluhu. Into brackets, inevitable cometh to pass the command of God, amarillahi. Seek ye not to hasten it, wala tastahjiluhu. Inevitable is in brackets, as well as to pass is as well as to pass, which is also in brackets, to hasten it. Then it adds, Subhanallah wa ta'ala amma yasrikun. Sorry, amma yashrikun. Amma yashrikun. I wanted to say yes. Yasfrun. It's amma yashrikun. Glory, glory to him, that's to God, and far is he above having partners they ascribe unto him. Subhanallah, Subhanallah wa ta'ala, glory to him, and far is above heaven, and far is he above heaven, glory wa ta'ala, amma yasifun. Far is he above having partners they ascribe to him. Commentary 2019. Commentary 2019. This is an answer to the taunt of the pagans who said, if there is God, the one true God, as you say, with unified control, why does he not punish the wrongdoers at once? The answer is the decree of God will inevitably come to pass. It will come soon and enough. When it comes, you will wish it were delayed. Semicolon. How foolish of you to wish even to cut off your last hope of forgiveness. Of course, if the punishment of God were to come to mankind at once, probably the world would have to end because we're all wicked. Eh? Probably the world would have to come to an end. Okay. Uh, that was note 2019 to sign 1. We now go to sign 2. Yunazillu al-malaikata biruhi min amrihi. Yunazillu al-malaikata biruhi min amrihi. He doeth send down his angels with inspiration, biruhi, with inspiration of his command. Biruhi min amrihi, with his command. Min amrihi ala man yasha'a min ibadihi, ala man yasha'a min ibadihi, with his command to search of his servants min ibadihi as he pleadeth, man yasha'a, man sha'a, saying, man yasha'a. Oh, where is it? على ما يشاء من أمر ما يشاء أن أنذروا إنه لا إله إلا أنا فاتقوني أن أنذروا أنه لا إله إلا أنا فاتقوني saying warn then man into brackets, in other words, warn man that there is no deity, no small God, but I Allah, the universal God. So do your duty unto me. In other words, worship me. Hmm? For inna ana itakuni, fear me, or do your duty unto me, as translated here by our honorable elders. Then sign note 2020. Note 2020. The pagans, with their multiplicity of gods and goddesses, good and evil, could play one off against another. That is mere mockery of religion. With such conceptions, man cannot understand the unity of design in the universe, no, in the universe, nor realize the power and glory of the one true God, to whom alone worship and service are due. That is note 2020. That's note 2020. To sign 2. We go to sign 3 now. Halakal insana min nutfatin. Halakal insana min nutfatin. He has created man from a sperm drop. Sperm drop is hyphenated. He created man from a sperm drop. Halakal insana min nutfatin. فإذا هو حسيم مبين. فإذا هو حسيم مبين. From a sperm drop. And behold, this same man in brackets, becomes an open disputer. Open. Mubinun. Hasimun. Disputer. So after we have come out of just a small drop of sperm, and the sperm drop is just a tiny bit of it that makes us humans, then we become disputers. If it's among each other, fine, but sometimes disputers to God. Very sad indeed. Okay. Where was I? Okay, among disputers. I can't find this word disputers. Let's see. Could play off against each other. That is mere mockery of religion. With such conceptions, man cannot understand the unity of religion in the universe, nor realize the power and glory of the one true God, or to whom alone worship and service are due. Okay, that's 2022 to sign 2. We now go to sign 3. To sign 3. I can't find this halaka min nutfa. Halaka lisana min nutfa. And that's sign 3. That's no. Innahu faitakuni. Halaka. Oh, What a shame. What a shame. Halaka as-samawati wal ardi. Halaka as-samawati wal arda bil haq. He has created the heavens and the earth with truth. He has created the heavens and the earth with truth. Fa ta'alla amma yasrikun. Oh, this is a repeat. That was the first we read. That was the note that we read was rather to sign 3. Not for sport or unfortunately without design. Oh God. Where am I? Okay, no problem. We can start verse 3 again or sign 3 again. He's created the heavens and the earth with truth. Halakal samawat wal ardi bil haq. Ta'ala amma yasrikun. Far is he above having partners they ascribe to him. And that's 2021. That's the note is the note to read is 2021. Not for sport or or not for sport or fortu or fortuitously or fortuitously and without design. Full stop. Compare compare Psalm 85. Compare chapter 85, Psalm 85. Surely the unity and design in creation also proves the unity of God, their creator. And that's commentary in 2021 to Psalm 3 of section 1 of the Holy Quran, of section 1 of chapter 16 of the Holy Quran. Aha. Oh, I was in chapter 4 rather. Sign 4 rather. Okay. Sign 4. He has created man from sperm drop. Yes. He created man from sperm drop. Min nutfa. Min nutfa. فإذا هو حسيم مبين. And yet he is an open disputer, sorry, and yet he's an open disputer. I never thought I had gone to sign 4. So now let's go to sign 5. No. Yes, let's go. Let's continue with sign 5. And behold, this same man becomes an open disputer. Okay, I turned the leaf over without realizing it. Okay, so let's go to 2022 to sign 4. 2022. Man's physical origin is lowly. Man's physical origin is lowly, too low to show off. Drop of sperm, a drop of sperm only. Pop. And within that drop, just a tiny bit, one sperm dot, and you become a man. And yet we dispute about him, about God. What is our sense? That's what this verse is telling us. You think of your origin, a drop of sperm. Out of that drop, one sperm makes you a human or makes me a human. And yet we dispute about God. We don't think that is somebody, some entity that brought about that, which makes us men. Okay, dispute about the man's physical origin is lowly, yet do men go back to material things and neglect or dispute about the highest things in life. Okay, that's commentary 22 to sign 4. We now go to sign 5. Well, an armor, halakaha, and cattle he has created, for you, halakaha lakum, for you, fiha فيها دفء ومنافع ومنها تأكلون وتأكلون. And cattle he has created for you, men, into commas, men for you, into brackets, men. From them ye derive warmth. From there you derive warmth. Diffun, warmth. You derive warmth. And numerous benefits. ومنافع, and numerous benefit. ومنافع. ومنها تأكلون. And of their meat ye eat, and of their meat ye eat, and of their meat ye eat. ومنها تأكلون. 2023 and 2024. Move to sign 5. Move to sign 5. 2023 first. Why will you go back? Why will you go back to material things, considering that material things are made subservient to your use and enjoyment in various ways as suggested in the clauses that follow? Then 2024, from wool and hair and skins and milk, full stop. Camel's hair makes warm robes and blankets and certain kinds of goods and blankets, and certain kinds of goods yield hair, which makes similar fabrics. Sheep yield wool and llamas alpaca for similar uses. Llamas alpaca is spelled capital Lamas. Then alpaca, Alpaka. It's not alpaca, it's rather alpaca. And llamas alpaca for similar uses. The skins and furs of many animals yield warm raiment, yield warm raiment, or make warm rags or bedding. Make warm rags or beddings. For beddings, pardon me. The females of many of these animals yield good warm milk, a nourishing and wholesome diet, full stop. Then the flesh of many of these animals is good to eat, full stop. There are many uses which the animals serve and which are referred to later. So, and we don't ponder of all these things. That is what we call bounty. One animal, so many uses. Milk, work for us, fare for our warmth, and whatnot. They work for us. We use their fare, we use their milk, we eat their flesh. As if we are entitled to them like that. No, they are part of God's favor. And that was sign 24. That's sign 2024. No, that's commentary 2024 to sign 5. Now we go to sign 6. ولكم فيها جمال وله فيها جمال حين تريحون وحين تسرحون. And ye have a sense of pride. له فيها جمال. لكم فيها جمال. And ye have a sense of pride and beauty in them. جمال. In them, and ye drive. It's not drive, drive, and drive, and ye drive them home in the evening, and as ye lead them forth to pasture in the morning. ولكم فيها حمال. Just say himalin. لكم فيها حمال. حين ترجعون وحين تر وهنا تسرحون. As ye drive them home in the evening, and as ye lead them forth to pasture in the morning. Commentary 2025. Commentary 2025. Yeah. Commentary 2025. The good man is proud of his cattle and is good to them. As they go, full stop, as they go to and return from pasture, morning and evening. He has a sense of his power and wealth and their beauty and docility. Full stop. Will not man turn from the material facts to the great spiritual truths and purpose behind them? That's sign 2025. And that's no 2025 to sign 6. We now go to sign 7. وَتَعْمِلُ أَثْقَالَكُمْ إِلَى بَلَدٍ لَمْ تَكُونُوا بالغيه and they carry your heavy loads to lands that you could not otherwise reach, except with that you could not otherwise reach. Otherwise is in brackets, that you could not otherwise reach. Illa yashik. Illa bishik al-anfusin. Illa bishik al-anfusin. That you could not otherwise reach, except with soul's distress. Except with soul's distress. Illa bishik al-anfusin. Illa bishik al-anfusin. Except with soul's distress. Inna rabakum larukum. Inna rabakum larawufun rahim. Inna rabakum larawufun rahim. For your Lord is indeed most kind, most merciful. Another good, peculiar, I would say peculiar, unique, say unique. Another good, unique ending for the in the Quran. Most grateful, most merciful, the invocation of God. All right. 2026, that's the commentary. 2026. The cattle and animals also carry loads and thus make intercommunication between different lands easy. But for them, there would have been many difficulties, not only physical, but psychological, full stop. Weary men carrying loads are in no mood for social and spiritual intercourse. Full stop. This intercourse is made possible by the kindness and mercy of God. Of course, today we even have planes to carry our loads and ships, sorry, and ships. Okay. We now go to, that's note 2026 to sign 7. We now go to sign 8. Wa alhila wal bigala wal hamira litar litarkabuha. And he has created he has created this in he has created this in brackets, and he has created horses, alhila, mules, albigala, and donkeys, alhamira, litar uh, litarkabuha litarkabuha to ride, wa zinatun, to ride, and as an adornment, was zinatun, as an adornment. Okay, as an adornment. Wahalak, wayaluku, mala ta lamun, wayaluku mala ta lamun. And he has created other things in inverted commas. Other is in brackets. He created other things of which ye have no knowledge. Those other things we are gaining knowledge of now. Bacteria, viruses. We didn't have knowledge of them. At the time this verse was brought out, came down, people didn't know of viruses, let alone bacteria, let alone parasites. These are increase of bigness, increase of size. Viruses, bacteria, parasites. We don't know about them in those days. But it is He who has opened our eyes to discover these things. But little do we know, and little are we grateful. Uh, that's other things of which we have no knowledge. Now, commentary 2028. Commentary 2028. If we examine the history of transport, there have been vast changes through the ages. Okay, I mentioned that. Through the ages, from road pack animals to fine equipages. Equipages is spelled Equipages. Equip. Then you add ages. Full stop. And then through mechanical contrivances, such means of transport as elephant coaches, tramways, and railways, useful motor lorries, and Rolls-Royce cars, and airships, and aeroplanes of all descriptions. Okay. At any given point of time, many of these were yet unknown to man. Nor can we suppose the limit to have been reached now, or that it will ever be reached at any future time. Full stop. Through the mind and ingenuity of man, it is God that creates new things hitherto unknown to man. Hitherto unknown to man. That's sign 2028. That's sign 2028 to sign, pardon me. That's commentary or note 2028 to sign 8. We're now going to sign 9. Wa ala Allahi kastu asabila. Wa ala Allahi kastu sabila. Ala Allahi kasbu sabili. God alone can show the right path. Ala Allahi kasdu sabili. Wa minha jairun. Wa minha Jairun, right path, but there are ways that turn aside. ومنها جائر. There are some ways that turn aside. Uh, ولو ولو شاء ولو شاء لهداكم ولو شاء لهداكم أجمعين. Had he willed, if God had willed, if God had willed, he would have guided all of us. If God had willed, he would have guided all of us on the right path. Al-Asrat al-Mustaqim. Okay, 2029 now. Commentary 2029 now to sign 9, which happens to be the last sign of chapter 1 of section 1 of chapter 6 of the Holy Quran. 2029. Through material things, the way is in inverted commas. Through material things, the way does always lead to God. But some minds are so obsessed with material things that they miss the pointers to the spiritual. They miss the pointers to the spiritual. Full stop. God could have forced all. God could have forced all to the true way, but in His will and plan, is the training of man's will, and that is done by the signs in nature and revelation. Signs in nature and revelation. So God could have guided all of us, but He's left everything. He's given us the discretion of freedom of life. You can do anything that you like. We started with animals, the very natural things, animals. Then we come for means of transport. Then we come to other means of transport using machines and petrol and whatnot. But all come from Him. It is He who has directed us to metals of the ground, in the ground, to use as ships and cars and aeroplanes and whatnot. It is He who has given us the sense to use His oil, the oil that we use in our machines, to make use of it. He has He who has given us the sense to do everything. Somebody told me, especially the car makers know. I had said this before, and I'll repeat it, that one of the car makers, I think it's Ford and German, they made a car and it was making a lot of noise. And one suggested that no, if we put wheels in this machine, it will move. So that was wisdom, hikmah from God. And they inserted wheels in the machine. And in fact, the machines moved. And that gave rise to cars. And aeroplanes, you see, man looks up at the vultures and the way they fly. And man is envious. The most envious animal on earth is man. They say, oh, why can't we fly like the vultures? Then they invented aeroplanes. You see, but we forget all these things. We shall end here. Like I said before, this is sign 9 of section 1 of that's sign 9, yes, of section 1 of chapter 16, and Nahali, chapter 16 of the Holy Quran. And chapter 16 is devoted to the bird or animal, bird Nahali, bee, the one that gives us sweet, sweet, sweet honey. Thank you very much. May God be with you all. Ila laka ibaba. Au revoir.